Hey, coming up right now, imagine spending almost $2,500 on just one drink. It actually happened to one woman who claimed she misread the price.
Also coming up, we will show you the moment a pilot gets emotional as he speaks to passengers on his final flight.
Whoa, a little bit later on, it's a new toilet paper hack and why people are putting their TP in the fridge. Would you give it a try?
Do we really want to know?
No.
Daily Flash starts right now.
Get ready for trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. The fun starts right now. This is Daily Flash.
Hi everyone, I'm Andrea Jackson.
And I am Mitch English, welcoming you to Daily Flash. So glad to have you along. The holiday, Thanksgiving's the last week, and we're closing in on December and the holidays and stuff like that. We're going to be checking in with Maddie Doolittle. Maddie, holiday traditions, do you have any?
He likes the lights.
Yeah, I love driving around and looking at all the lights out there.
Like the Christmas lights. You're seeing all the...
No, just the ones in people's living rooms.
Matt, see, that's against the law. You're not allowed...
In what country?
Well, I told you again...
In most states, actually.
I've run out of bail money.
In the entire country.
That's all I'm telling you. I can't bail you out no more. I'm sorry. You do what you can.
Goodness gracious. All right, well, looking for some extra holiday cash, aren't we
Sure.
all?
Yeah.
How would you like to be paid to watch Christmas movies? CableTV.com is looking to hire a chief of cheer to watch 25 holiday movies in 25 days. Now, if you're chosen, you'll get $2,500 in cash and a year's subscription to 7 streaming services, including Netflix, Disney+, Apple TV+, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Max, and Hallmark Movies Now. So what does the job entail, you ask? Well,
Hold on a second. Hey, what's that job entail?
well, if you're inducted as the next cheermaster, you'll be required to keep track of every movie you watch and rank it in 3 categories. Here we go.
They are.
Nostalgia, heartwarming storytelling, and holiday cheer. Now, you'll also be required to rank each of the 7 streaming services on 3 different factors.
Okay.
Ease of use, any problems like poor video quality or error codes, and quality of selection of holiday films. What about the movies?
Yeah, which ones were they picked? The classics or?
Their list includes everything like Elf, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, Charlie Brown Christmas. They even offer a more broad selection, including Die Hard.
Die Hard? Yes, it is a Christmas movie.
8 Crazy Nights.
It's a crazy night.
And are we there yet? You must be 18 years of age to apply, and the deadline is December 1st.
This week.
The winner will be notified by mail, so make sure you check your junk mail folder. We watched Groundhog Day yesterday, and the question is, can this be considered a Christmas movie?
There you go. That's a good question.
Right?
Oh yeah. I don't think I've ever thought of it as such. I always thought it was a Groundhog Day movie.
But if you think about it,
It
it's
is.
kind of a Christmas. It could be a Christmas movie.
Well,
It's a stretch, but
it's
it
got
could
Bill
be.
Murray in it, so
Yeah.
I'm going to watch it
True.
no matter what. That is a good. Yeah, everybody was saying, is Die Hard a Christmas?
Die Hard is.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of movies. People like, is it really a holiday movie or is it just?
I sadly get sucked into the Hallmark movies when
Do
I go
you?
by. I'll just be
Really?
like, oh, I want to see what prominent business executive got messed up in New York and had to go to their nice, quaint home where everything's perfect, and
Right.
they meet the local, bakery chef that they end up getting together at the end. Oh, it's so good.
They hate each other at first, but then they fall madly in
Yeah,
love.
then there's some kid involved or a blown tire. There was one with Jason Priestley last year.
You've seen
Really?
plenty of those.
Well, you know a lot about it. Kind of freaking me out with it. I do know they are doing research, and the folks, Hallmark scientists, actually are coming up with a second plot that they will start following.
No.
Yeah, believe it or not. So it's
Wow.
maybe something new for you.
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You know. You and Lee can enjoy that. We all know the holidays also entail cocktails, and
Yes.
they can be expensive. One woman shocked when her bill came back and it was nearly $2,500 for just one drink. Take a look.
So when I discovered the cocktail I had ordered was £2,000, I showed my husband the receipt and he was furious at me. So he left the bar, left me there on my own to deal with it. I said to the young guy behind the bar, look, I'm so sorry. I had no idea this was £1,890. It was set out on the menu where it said 18 gap 90. So I presumed it was £18.90. Looking back at the menu, the rest of the drinks were like 19.50 if it was 19.50. So it was definitely my mistake, but it was a genuine mistake. So I started to panic. He started to panic. He called his manager over. This was a 5-star hotel. So the manager was so discreet and so wonderful. He completely played it down. He was like, look, it's fine. Don't worry about it. go up to your room, enjoy the rest of your stay, and we will sort this out.
There you go. So she decided to talk to the manager. He agreed to remove that charge. Told her team that to drink the rest of their Cristal after they poured her just one of the glass. He did say that he would remind his staff to make sure that customers are aware of some of the pricier drink options. I think you can tell.
Yeah.
Like the big spend. If it's one old man and like 6 women, don't ask for prices because he's not going to care. But if it's like maybe a couple, hey, just this is like $2,000, right?
I remember cocktailing at a bar in Los Angeles, and a sheik came in, and he was very well known, and he had 2-3 women with him, and he ordered the most expensive bottle of champagne on the menu. And of course, you knew, like, you don't need to tell him; it was clear.
It would be an insult.
Yes,
to him,
clearly, this woman meant to order a glass of champagne, and she ordered a bottle of Cristal.
Very good point there. So be careful. And sometimes when you're drinking, you're not paying attention to that, too.
Exactly. Well, a pilot's emotional 2-minute speech during his last flight before retirement left passengers in tears. Take a look.
First of all, I'd like to take just a few moments of your time before we take off to Chicago tonight. And I'd like to acknowledge a group of very important people to me that are on board the flight. Most of them are in the back of the airplane, and they're the majority of my family, and who have come along with me on my retirement flight. Anyway, they're on board with me on my retirement flight after 32 years with American. Wow. Thank you all for coming along with me tonight and celebrating this very memorable time in my life. I love all of you.
Fire trucks were on hand for a water salute. It's where 2 fire trucks park on either side of a runway to create a water arch for
Not the
aircraft.
websites I went to.
To pass through. It's a well-known tradition to honor a pilot on his retirement flight.
I'm so glad he goes. I'm glad. What if you were not paying attention? You go, this is my last flight. You didn't hear him say before retirement.
Right.
Yeah.
You're like, wait a minute. When's your last flight?
I'm more concerned with wrap it up. I got to make a connection, dude. Let's go.
Exactly.
Given recent events with a pilot who was riding in a jump seat and was panicked and said he was on mushrooms. And
I remember that story.
You would be cause for concern.
I love that. I think the only thing that tops that is there was a pilot that got to, I think it was a woman, and she got to fly with her daughter, who was also a pilot, and that was like her last one. How cool is that? All right, there's a new trend. It's called the chilling trend, and it involves TP, toilet paper, and people are actually putting their toilet paper in their fridge.
Why?
Okay, apparently putting a roll of TP in the fridge used to be a bizarre remedy for a sore backside. But now some are doing it for different reasons. Users claim the tissue has a strange superpower. It soaks up all the odors inside your fridge. If you choose to try it out, make sure you grab a fresh roll straight out of the package. The hack has divided many on social media, some claiming it's a cheap and easy solution for a stinky fridge. We used to put the baking soda.
I was going to say, isn't that what baking soda's for? Why do you need a roll of toilet paper?
If your friends come over and they open your fridge, hey, grab me a beer, and they open it up and like, why do you have toilet paper in your fridge, man?
I think when we didn't realize how powerful the refrigerator was until I realized you were supposed to put batteries. I think it said batteries or film. You could put film in there, and it's supposed to preserve it, and that sort of thing. But people don't use film anymore. I guess that's been replaced now with a different roll, if you will.
Have you ever accidentally left your phone in the fridge?
I can't say I've done that.
I left it in a washing machine once.
Oh, you left it in the washing machine once?
I have done things where you have to find your iPhone in places where I was like, I don't even remember going into there.
You're just sort of like wandering around in the days and you set it down and it happens to be in the fridge. And anyway, well, that's me.
I have to tell you a story off air. Liza, my wife, came back from Boston. She stayed there, and they. They give you like little delicacies when you check in.
Yeah.
They gave her chocolate starfish, and she goes, "You want a chocolate starfish?" And I started laughing.
You're supposed to tell that.
I had no idea. Okay.
That was
Okay. This is how I know I'm with my people.
Yeah, I get it.
Because she had no idea, and the whole time I go, "You want me to eat a chocolate starfish?" She goes, "Yeah, they were giving them away." I go, and I had to go on. Go to Urban Dictionary.
Was it cream filled?
No, it was not. It had. But this is how I know I'm around my people, because
send it to your favorite website.
yeah, I had to explain to her what a chocolate starfish was, and she wanted me. She goes, "No, they're really good." And I go, "I'm sure they are."
Not
Same
according to the
thing as
websites I go to.
The water cannons in there.
Yeah, you know,
That crap too. So,
Oh my God,
all right.
Frank.
search that on your work
I feel
computer.
so much better now because I was talking to other people and they're like, yeah, I don't get it. I go, chocolate star.
Did they never see a Limp Bizkit album?
Right, that's what I said. I go, the Limp Bizkit album.
Yeah,
right?
that's all it about.
This is how I feel
Oh
so much
my
at home. Thank you
goodness.
guys.
You're welcome.
Because she looked at me like you've got mental problems. I go, no, people know what that is.
Yes.
And if you're at home, just Google it and leave me alone. Hey, if you have a few minutes right now, you need to stick around because this is very interesting to me and I'm sure it will be to you. Our next guest says that working with our dreams can be a very powerful way to manifest our desires. Joining us now is psychologist Dr. Michael Lennox. He is a dream expert and author of several books on this subject and is also, some say, my twin brother. Some are saying that we look so much alike. First off, Doc, thanks so much for joining us, but I hear manifesting all the time. What is manifesting all about, dude?
The manifesting is the idea that we create anything and everything in our lives starting with an idea, that we have a thought of what we want. So the manifestation like technique that's out there and very popular these days tells us that we can have absolutely anything we want. All we have to have is the idea, maybe fill our body with the feeling that we already have that thing we desire, and then magically it's just going to come to us.
Is there something different between a dream and an unconscious mind that actually helps us lead to that life that we're wanting in our dreams?
Yes, exactly. Think about this. Our conscious mind is always a yes for the things we desire, but unconsciously, we're often afraid of success or expansion. We might want a relationship, but unconsciously feel undeserving of love. And those unconscious impulses show up as lack of manifestation. So if you want to keep your conscious awareness busy with the idea you want to manifest, your dreams can actually take you to the places where you are unconsciously saying no.
Okay, so it sounds like the insecurities that we have show up in our nightmares. That's why I'm running around with no teeth and no clothes at school, right?
That's exactly right, Mitch. So you can wake up the next day ready to face life on life's terms, which is frankly scary.
Yeah.
And our nightmares and our scary dreams help us process our fears so that we can function better.
Okay.
Now you put this together with manifestation, you've got a top of the wheel and a bottom of the wheel approach.
Okay, so when we have those nightmares, maybe something that wakes us up, is that stronger than maybe something that we might have had a dream about, or we were succeeding in something that we really wanted to do, or are they on the same level?
Well, I have a belief that it's more important that we clean up our fearful places than we celebrate our ability to expand, because our natural condition is to expand and create.
Okay.
Our fears hold us back. All of our dreams that are scary take us to those places so that we can process where we're afraid, simply so we can have better lives, because if we pretend that we're not, those fears run us.
Yeah, and it sounds like it goes with the adage of everything you ever wanted is on the other side of fear. And
That is correct.
Right?
That is correct.
Okay, so can we control our dreams? Meaning, okay, I go, all right, I want to be positive. Before I go to bed, is there a ritual I can do that will allow me to have that? Really, there is? I want to hear about this.
Well, I call this petitioning your dreams, where listen, you can't control your dreams in the way that it happens in the movies, although you can sort of use meditative practices to get better at that. But you can use your conscious intention to impact what happens in your dreams at night. And you do this by setting that intention as you're going to bed. So let's say you're in a manifestation desire. You want to attract that soulmate. You go to your dream journal the night before you go to bed and you say, hey, higher self, send me a dream that reflects my fears around relationships, or the way that my unconscious is saying no to love, so that I might learn something. And then just trust the dreams that come, that your unconscious is helping you unlock your fears to bring the thing you desire.
When you say dream journal, are you saying literally write it down before, or just make sure I have a conscious effort?
Absolutely. Dreams are so amorphous, and they live in our brain in a very different place than our working memory. So if we don't write it down, it's going to disappear forever into the ether. So it really is important to record your dreams right when you wake up.
Okay. So when you wake up, so you have a dream, you're like, wow, I can't believe it. Go ahead and write it down. And okay, I love that. All right, I'm going to start following that. I wish we had all day to talk to you because there's so much more. Will you come back on the show and we can talk more?
Anytime, absolutely.
All right, MichaelLennox.com. That's the information. It's the Psychic Dreamer. This is the tip of the iceberg that you can find out about the connection between your dreams and tuition as well. MichaelLennox.com. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well, the weather is quickly cooling, the leaves are falling, and you know what that means. Time to be sure your home is winter ready. Here to help is contractor and home improvement expert Anthony Carino.
Hey, thanks so much for having me. Yeah, so there's really two different tracks here. There's the maintenance of your existing system, and then there's if your system is nearing end of life and you're in the market for a new system. So when it comes to maintaining your existing system, there's two really simple things. First, you're gonna call your HVAC professional, and you're gonna have them service that unit twice a year. Spring and fall. You want to do that in the shoulder seasons, so it's the most economical time for a visit. You're not asking for emergency service in the dead of winter or the dead of summer. I equate this to the same as a doctor checkup. Go for your checkups. Don't wait until something catastrophic happens to you before you go to the doctor. Same principle with your HVAC system. The other thing you can do, and you can do this yourself with no tools whatsoever, change your air filter. Number one, we want nice, good, solid indoor air quality. And number two, it extends the useful life of your HVAC equipment because your system doesn't have to work as hard to do the same job it's always doing. I recommend doing this with every season, so just about every 90 days. If you do have pets or someone in your house with asthma or allergies, you want to do that a little bit more frequently, call it 30 to 45 days, to really make sure that there's no dander in the air, that folks that do have those ailments are breathing the healthiest possible air. Now, if you are in the market for that new system, I highly recommend checking out variable speed heat pumps. I installed one from Trane a couple of years ago, and I'm really happy with the results. So a couple of things. Variable is the key word here. So old systems had two speeds, on and off, which means when it's on, it's at maximum speed, it's at maximum utility usage. The Trane unit that I installed has 700, yes, 700 different speeds. So that means that the system ramps up utility usage and then ramps it back down once your house achieves the desired temperature. This is much lighter on your utility usage, much lighter on utility spikes, and I have found it's been really kind to my utility bill. For more information on this stuff, check out trane.com/residential, and again, look for that Find a Local Pro option. They can help you with additional questions and more information.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. Here's Fabian Marcano with this week's The Beat.
Now just over a month after Drake's official album release, here he is, surprisingly back with a deluxe edition with 6 new songs to make up almost 2 hours of extra fun. It's the sequel of 2021's Scary Hour 2. The new EP, Scary Hours 3, was released to all streaming services as a deluxe edition for the All the Dogs album. It includes 6 new songs that weren't just sitting on a USB drive somewhere. That interesting part is that Drake actually says he recorded all 6 songs of this Scary Hours 3 from scratch right after the release of his album. Almost like an afterthought. And in just a couple of days, he was done with this project. It all starts with the Red Button song, where Drake put himself in a competitive battle with Taylor Swift, another music giant like him. And then Drake and J. Cole have also announced their extension of It's All a Blur tour as OVO and Dreamville collab to make another fan's dream a reality. The new 2024 tour will be known as Big as the What? Yeah, it's a lyric from the First Person Shooter, one of the most streamed songs on the album. Up next on The Beat, we have Dua Lipa. She announced a trio of release week fan events for her new single Houdini, taking place in London, Los Angeles, and even Tokyo. She kept the exact locations as a secret, but was there ever a doubt where she was gonna have this party in LA? Check this out. Dua Lipa invited hundreds of her biggest fans to the mysterious Houdini estate in the winding hills of Laurel Canyon Boulevard to navigate an escape room to dance the night away at an open-air disco party. She played DJ for the night, and a night full of fun with fans, but the party was quickly kicked into overdrive as she danced and sang along to the single that kicks off her post-future nostalgia era. It's called Houdini. Her fans next to the DJ booth actually got the best part. They asked for videos on their phone, and Dua Lipa was all for it. She gave them exclusive content on their phones, and then after playing DJ for a little while, Dua Lipa decided to walk around the estate. Then she popped up in one of the escape rooms, offering a magical surprise for one of her lucky fans inside. And according to early numbers, Houdini drew 14 million all-format AirPlay audience impressions in its first 4 days, full 4 days. and will debut on the radio songs charts, perhaps in the chart's upper half with pop and adult pop airplay leading the way. It could be Dua's highest radio songs debut. She's doing great, and there's more to come, obviously. And now we come back with the new Andre 3000 album. That's right, this is not a joke, it's real. It's not some wellness jazz whim or grand renunciation of hip hop either. This is the new Andre 3000, and it's called, the first album co-founder is called Outkast. Has released, it's in nearly 2 decades, he hasn't released anything, and yes, it's entirely wordless recording where instead of rhyming affluently, Andre 3000 has chosen to excel his melodic ideas through the valves and circuits of a digital flute. I'm talking about he's not singing a single word in this rap album. We truly just witness what his intuitive transformation from a rapper to a fluitist. In Outkast, he helped create some of the most sumptuously brilliant music we'll ever hear in our lifetimes. But once the duo ceased creative operations in 2006, Andre 3000 went into semi-seclusion, falling deeper for the recordings of John Coltrane, taking up the saxophone and the bass, clarinet, and even more, before eventually converting the softness of the flute, which he has been filmed playing like in publicly and stuff. Like we've seen him on the streets by Instagrammers with like great frequency in the recent years. Sorry. New Blue Sun is the new song, and it sounds like it was made to soothe the minds. It feels like a smooth, plush, light, loose, intuitive, immersive, pleasant kind of song. You know what I'm saying? It's glad to see that the legend is still doing innovation in this music industry that never stops. And more to come from new Andre 3000. Just be sure to kick in right here on The Beat with me, Fabian Marcano. And check us out, Daily Flash Latino. Head to our website at dailyflashlatino.com for our local listings and times.
Thanks, Fabian. So we officially started the holidays, and we're going to be checking out some of those long-standing Christmas traditions as we go through the season and seeing if their origin story is true or not. First off, this one was something I never understood when I would see pickles as ornaments on trees, and I was always told it was a German tradition to find the hidden pickle in the tree, and you'll get a special surprise. So Mitch and Andrea, is that holiday true that it is a German tradition?
I think so, because at Epcot, they were giving them out and then explain a little about it. So yes.
Okay. Actually, it is false.
Really?
It's actually, of course, it's American. It turns out to be the biggest German manufacturer of glass pickle ornaments called, wait for this one, Weissenscheiker. I'll just spell that out later next time. It was only heard about the German tradition in the 90s when one of the owners was in Michigan. The funny part is they sold it to the Americans who thought they were participating in an old German tradition, and the Germans thought it was hilarious, so they just went with it. Also, if you ask that weird Uncle Gary, if he asks you, to find the hidden pickle in the Christmas tree, you should just run.
That's a different kind of pickle.
What's wrong with you?
That's not right.
So now you know
I never
if the
knew
pickle's
that.
true.
Well,
Yeah, I did. I thought it was, and the same thing, Mitch. I saw those at Epcot, and I always thought, okay, I guess those are German.
It has
but
to be
nope,
real.
It's from
It
Michigan.
has to be real.
I love this.
Yep.
I learned so much.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Maddie.
Maddie.
This is Daily Flash with your hosts, Andrea Jackson and Mitch English. Trending news and entertainment. This is Daily Flash.
Hey everybody, Mitch English here.
I'm Andrea Jackson. This is Daily Flash. Welcome to the show.
We appreciate you hanging out with us. Everybody knows who Trailer is. Travis Kelce and Taylor Swift.
Oh, is that the new name?
Yeah, Trailer. We're calling him
Okay.
Trailer here on Daily Flash. Well, Travis Kelce has actually come out and actually is now
No,
talking.
he's not.
No, not that out. He's not that far.
Really
Wow,
sideways.
I missed that one.
He's a tight end, but he's dating Taylor Swift. We're all jealous, right? Every guy in America is, all right? Okay, so he actually is talking about the relationship, something that people, now who do you think he would talk to?
His brother?
His brother? Yeah, but I mean, as far as publications go, who would you think the first place he would want to talk to?
Some
Like
NFL
Outlook, like Ask Kiss Hollywood or ET?
Yeah, E.T., sure.
He's talking to the Wall Street Journal about his relationship.
He knows what that is.
Yeah, exactly. He's talking about his relationship with Taylor Swift. So this is what he says. He goes, first off, he saw her perform at Arrowhead Stadium and reached out. Well, she never got back to him, right? And kind of wrote him off. And he says all this on the podcast and also into this interview. But lucky for him, Taylor called in on the podcast and said, hey, listen, this is what Taylor says. You're lucky enough to be able to reach out, that I reached out to you. It was because her nieces, or cousins rather, were when she performed there, were in the back in the locker room and took pictures in front of his thing. And come to find out, he's a big Taylor Swift fan, and that got to Taylor, and so that's how they reached out. They called, started talking on the phone when they had their first date. He goes, I wasn't nervous at all because we had talked for such a long time.
Oh my gosh.
So you can thank the Cupids, her young cousins, who took the picture in front of his locker for them getting together, all together.
I had heard it was Aaron Andrews and Carissa Thompson, who the sideline reporters that said that they had a hand in it as well.
I'm sure they would love to take it.
Yeah.
Credit, but when you have family will trump
100%.
over any kind of like
100%.
entertainment.
Yeah.
So you can thank the cousins for that.
Okay, so the cousins are responsible for that.
The little cousins who
budding
just happened to
relationship.
take a picture in the locker room when she was performing at Arrowhead Stadium because they use that like as their backstage.
Yeah.
So.
Very
Very neat.
cool. Well, cocktails can be very expensive, but one woman was shocked when her bill came to nearly $2,500 for a single drink. Take a look.
So when I discovered the cocktail I had ordered was £2,000, I showed my husband the receipt and he was furious at me. So he left the bar, left me there on my own to deal with it. I said to the young guy behind the bar, look, I'm so sorry. I had no idea this was £1,890. It was set out on the menu where it said 18 gap 90. So I presumed it was £18.90. Looking back at the menu, the rest of the drinks were like 19.50 if it was 19.50. So it was definitely my mistake, but it was a genuine mistake. So I started to panic. He started to panic. He called his manager over. This was a 5-star hotel. So the manager was so discreet and so wonderful. He completely played it down. He was like, look, it's fine. Don't worry about it. Go up to your room, enjoy the rest of your stay, and we will sort this out.
So the customer decided to speak with the manager, and he agreed to remove the charge from the bill. He told her his team had to drink the rest of the Cristal after they poured her just the one
poor thing.
glass.
Darn.
I know. He did say he would remind his staff to make sure customers are aware of some of the pricier drink options. So if you order a glass of Cristal, apparently she ordered the whole bottle, but only
she
thought
just
she was
wanted the
ordering a
glass.
glass. Yeah.
But the husband shagged ass. He was like, "I'm out of here, man. Good
pay
luck. You
for it."
deal with it."
Yeah.
I think it's how you deal with the manager and just say, "Look,
Yeah.
I didn't know this." And a lot of times, instead of "I ain't paying this," well, they go,
Yes.
"Well, it's all set up." And she seemed very courteous. That's nice. And the pilot's emotional 2-minute speech during his last flight before retirement left passengers in tears. We have it on tape.
First of all, I'd like to take just a few moments of your time before we take off to Chicago tonight. And I'd like to acknowledge a group of very important people to me that are on board the flight. Most of them are in the back of the airplane, and they're the majority of my family.
He wanted to make sure they knew how important it was. Outside of the airport, they had fire trucks doing the water
That's
salute
cool.
thing. Yeah.
That's
And,
great.
pilots is a stressful job, so good for him.
32 years.
That's a long time.
Good for him.
We have more Flash coming up around the corner. Trendy news and entertainment. You'll find it right here. Don't go anywhere.
Last week, sweet baby James and I had the chance to head out to the International Association of Amusement Parks and Attractions Convention, also known as IAPA, here in Orlando, to check out all the new cool rides, attractions, games, and overall technology hitting the world to entertain you. Check it out. So what are your feelings about how everything's going in the world economy? Why are you so angry? All right, we're right in front of the newest ride exhibit for SeaWorld, so tell us about it, Rob.
Yes, this is our 8th coaster opening spring of 2024, Penguin Trek. It's a launch coaster with a 42-inch height requirement, so it's perfect for the entry rider for the little ones, but still packs a punch for thrill seekers and family alone.
And SeaWorld's been expanding on their footprint on the extreme rides and everything. How does this add to it?
It's another great attraction that will bring in more guests that may not come if they didn't have that attraction. So we're really about expanding the portfolio, listening to what our guests and past members want us to add to the park. This was high on the list, having an attraction with a lower height requirement. It's a coaster. And we're doing lots of other things from events and restaurants to shows and animal exhibits. So lots going on at SeaWorld.
Now at the end of this, do I get a free penguin?
We could see what we can do under the table.
Yes! You know, you really get a perspective on life when you get on something like this. And you're experiencing an electric dance party that you never thought you would have before. And look at this, look at this. My hands are up as if I don't care. That's intense. Oh, that's intense. Oh no. Singing in the dead of night. Salt, yay or nay? Got him!
2 hours later.
All right, I'm here with Paul Williams from Sega. And I was a big Sega guy. I had all the Sega Genesis, Sega CD, Sega 64, all this stuff. So tell us where Sega has started progressing now. They started as an arcade business, but now what are they doing?
So Sega started an arcade business way back, just after the 1950s kind of stuff, back in Japan, and they've expanded all over the world into the arcade and the consumer business over that period of time, and it's gone from strength to strength really. So we've got our latest offerings here at the show. We've got 6 new games, which is going to be shown at this show for the first time. We were expanding all over the world, new product, new games, new technology all the time.
Matt James, thank you. Amazon is adding more convenience, value, and selection when it comes to grocery shopping. Check it out.
With more consumers mixing online and in-store shopping, retailers continue to innovate their offerings to deliver more convenience, value, and selection. Meredith Bunch, Director of Worldwide Grocery Stores for Amazon, shares what Amazon Grocery has to offer all customers just in time for the holiday season.
Amazon is excited to announce that all customers can now order groceries online for delivery or pickup from Amazon Fresh across the U.S. where available. Even if they don't have a Prime membership, with Whole Foods Market locations added soon.
Amazon already has a large online grocery business, but is innovating its physical stores as well.
We recently redesigned 2 of our Amazon Fresh stores in the Chicago area, and we are unveiling similar updates to 3 of our stores in the LA area. Updates include adding nearly 3,000 new products to our selection, a Krispy Kreme donut shop, and more. We'll continue to open new stores in 2024 and introduce new ways to better serve our customers in-store and online.
To learn more, visit Amazon.com/fresh.
This is Tim. Tim is all about time. And if you've ever had a chance to look into Tim's cold, dead eyes, you'll see that it's time for you to follow us on social media. Sure, there's 10,000 social sites out there, and we don't have the time to name them all. Seriously, just ask Tim. So take the time to look for Daily Flash TV on your favorite social sites and start following us. That's all the time, Tim. Goodbye.
Hey, there are more than 1,000 vehicles that were on display during the LA Auto Show, and we got a look back on some of the new cars hitting the market.
From the floor of the Los Angeles International Auto Show, Mike Danger, senior editor at Kelley Blue Book, reveals the latest in all things automotive.
The LA Auto Show is back and is the place for all things automotive. From what's new in electrification to advancements in safety and technology. With thousands of cars, trucks, and SUVs on display, there's sure to be something for everyone.
This year's LA Auto Show is more than simply cars on display.
Attendees can ride in vehicles and check out new models, Kia introduced the 2024 Sorento SUV and 2 new EV concept vehicles, the EV3, a compact SUV, and EV4, a compact sedan, providing a peek into the future of the brand. In addition, auto show attendees are encouraged to check out the Ride and Drive experience. That offers access to a variety of models from various auto companies.
Check out the latest debuts from Kia America at kia.com. That's kia.com.
If you're considering Medicare benefits, here's what you need to know before the sign-up deadline.
The deadline for Medicare's annual enrollment period is December 7th.
My first tip is to be prepared. Gather your Medicare ID number, current coverage details, and any changes to your health, doctors, and finances. Make it easy. Go to eHealth, a licensed health insurance agency, to compare plans from the nation's top insurance companies all in one place with no fees or obligations to enroll.
To compare Medicare options and for all your enrollment needs, visit ehealthinsurance.com.
You know, it's always someone's first day at school at child care centers all across the country. The experts at Kiddie Academy share some advice on how to make the first day, well, the best day. Here's more.
Child care centers are essential to early childhood development. Kiddie Academy's Rob Bieschke has more.
More than 12 million children under 5 are in some form of childcare in the U.S. Child care centers are integral to childhood development. They provide a safe haven for kids, structure, and healthy learning habits. Child care centers are often the first introduction to play-based learning. Children develop language, social-emotional skills, and start expressing their creativity.
It's always someone's first day of school. Famous illustrator Daniel Wiseman illustrated a new children's book, Day One is Fun, to help kids and parents conquer their anxiety on the first day. Here's more.
Day One is Fun is meant to ease children's concerns and help them feel more confident. As parents, we often feel like we're doing something wrong or we have a lot of guilt. This book is meant to ease parents and children's concerns and let them know that everything's going to be okay.
For more information on managing the first day of school and the book Day One is Fun, visit kiddieacademy.com. That's kiddieacademy.com.
The giant Los Angeles Auto Show featured the newest rides and the coolest drives. Here's auto expert Nick Miles with more.
Welcome to the floor of the LA International Auto Show. I'm sitting in the front of the brand new Lucid Gravity, and this was the biggest news of the show. It kicks off the LA International Auto Show. It's an SUV, has 3 rows, but the mouth drop is the fact that this vehicle will do 440 miles plus on a single charge of electricity. It'll have over 800 horsepower, and it'll go to 0 to 60 in 3.5 seconds. It's a 3-row SUV that has the latest tech. It's environmentally sensitive to make sure that everything in the production of the car and in the car is the best it can possibly be. Now, it's not the only new SUV here at the show. Crown is the new name of this SUV. It's the Crown Signia that came out from Toyota. This is their all-hybrid and only available in hybrid all-wheel drive SUV. It has the large screen on the inside. It'll have the Safety Sense 3.0. This vehicle may be the first one in a long line of Crown vehicles from Toyota. Toyota also rolling out the new Camry. It's already the 5th best-selling car in the United States. Again, the hammerhead front and over 230 horsepower. They'll sell about 200,000 of these every single year. When it comes to trucks, Ram refreshed their 1500. Now it gets a new front, a new back, and new stats to show it's one of the hardest working trucks in America, even with those Ram boxes. But they also rolled out the Ram Charger, their all-electric truck. It'll do 690 miles on a single charge thanks to a Pentastar gas motor under the hood, which will actually recharge the battery as you travel, extending that range. Check out the brand new Subaru Forester, all new from the ground up. This is now full of tech, capable, large 11.6-inch screen. Check those seats out. They are heated and cooled. And in the back, those fold flat seats allows you to put your bike, your dog, your kayak. This is the #1 wilderness car for bikers, kayakers, and pet owners. As Christmas comes around and we start to order online goods, you can expect Amazon to be delivering packages at a rush rate all over the United States, and it could include one of these. This is the brand new Hyundai Santa Fe. It looks cool, it looks boxy and square and exciting. You can now order it on Amazon. And I'd like to see someone steal that package off my front porch. It looks great on the inside, outside, and of course, it has their 10-year, 100,000-mile Hyundai warranty. There's a new Ioniq, their electric SUV, which has won so many awards, now comes in an N version, their track-based vehicle. It was tested on the Nürburgring. It'll have way over 600 horsepower and be a great performer. Checking out the new Nissan Rogue. Front and back, it gets a refresh and it's powered by Google. Nissan also rolled out brand new PJs. If the Nismo is too expensive at $60,000, buy the PJs at $250. Limited numbers, they are on sale now. They're selling 50 of them. Something for your Christmas list? Definitely these make mine.
So jealous. Wish I was able to go there. Well, you know, it actually can be pretty overwhelming for family members to assist loved ones who are struggling with some serious health issues and facing hospice. We got some more details how you can help from Dr. William Logan.
For seriously ill patients, managing doctor's appointments, medicine, and care instructions can feel like a full-time job. And that stress isn't any easier for family caregivers. Dr. William Logan, National Medical Director for Carillon Health, shares how palliative care can provide support.
Living with a serious or advanced illness can be a challenge for both patients and their loved ones. Even everyday living includes unpredictable symptoms, distress, complicated medical decisions, and concerns about the future.
Offering help can be very rewarding, but patient needs can also be exhausting and demanding. It's no surprise that both patients and caregivers feel a range of emotions and often become depressed. Emotional support is available for both patients and caregivers.
There is no reason to go it alone. Palliative care provides support and care through the entire disease journey, both physically and emotionally.
To learn more on how palliative one, visit carillonhealth.com/palliative-care.
More Daily Flash, more fun coming up right after this. Don't you go anywhere. We love having you along for this ride.
We're talking about Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving, yeah.
Okay.
What is KSA Entertainment? It's trending news, entertainment, lifestyle,
KSA Entertainment.
culture. It's love. It's food. It's family. KSA. It's life. It's shopping. It's empowerment. KSA Entertainment. It's fitness. It's travel. KSA. It's fun. It's engaging. It's Daily Flash. Daily Flash Latino. Life, love, shopping. This is KSA Entertainment.
Welcome back to Daily Flash. Even though Thanksgiving is over, the calorie consumption is not.
Look at it.
We all have our buffet pants on right now. Well, according to a new survey, the average American expects to gain 8 pounds over the holidays this year. That's up from 5.5 pounds last year.
Do you think they're just like, okay, so you go in and go like, I don't care anymore. I'm going to gain 8 pounds.
I
mean,
so.
knowing that, like, just say, well, I'm just going to eat whatever I want.
You're just surrendering to the fact.
Surrendering. Yeah. Good point. Now, 72% of the people say they're actually planning to enjoy the end of the year without actually worrying about their diet. That's actually up from 54% from last year. This year, people don't care.
I think also people were coming out of COVID, so they were also a little more plumper, so they were already trying to watch it.
Yeah.
And 66% of people say they'll be healthy until 2024, which is also up from last year, when 42% said they were kicking the can to 2023.
Okay.
So,
but despite giving up on this year, 68% of people say they're confident that they will stick to healthy habits in 2024, but maybe not right away.
I always say that.
The average person says it takes about 19 days to get back on track after in time of letting themselves go.
I think that's what it is. When you start feeling really crappy and just like, man, I don't know, energy, you realize I got to change something.
I call it gunky. I feel like my engine's gunky, and I'm like, I gotta move more, eat a little more water. It's always for me, it's the water consumption.
I think, you know, and people will go, listen, New Year's Eve, like for me at least, I go, all right, New Year's Eve, I know I'm going to like just blow it out. And so, but January 1st is coming along. But again, you're like, well, January 1st is here. And then I'm like, well, you know, I have to figure out a way how to make this
They do the dry January thing, but then every January, you and I go right off to Vegas for CES. Then it's my birthday, the 13th.
So you can see how it's a problem for Maddie and I, right?
Yeah.
All right. So anyway, everybody be healthy no matter what. We want to thank you for spending time with us.
Be good, everybody.
Peace
Y'all
and love.
take care. We'll see you when we look at you. Check out our website for any of the information on any of the stories that we have on our website. These are the folks that make this show as great as it is. Thank you so much for joining us, y'all. I love you. Eat.
We love you.
And I love you. It's a love fest.